What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Planet of Doubt channel where we doubt everything. I'm here with the squad. My name is Chris.
CX Drive.
RCL.
Manny.
And it's your boy John Lewis, and welcome back to our segment called A Year In. So, if you're new to the channel, first of all, welcome. Thank you for joining us. This is the best channel in the world, so
That's facts.
we're glad you're here.
Easy facts.
We have a segment called Year In where we usually alternate between movies and music, albums. And it so happens that this video right now is a year in music of 2017. So for you guys that don't know, we have a wheel of fortune, a wheel generator where we have years between 93 to 2019. We spin that hoe, and whatever year comes out is what we have to
But why she
base.
gotta be a hoe, bro?
It could be a he.
You don't know her life like that. he or she's life.
What a twist.
So the year that it landed on we have no control over is 2017. So we're gonna give you our top 5 albums individually of 2017 that we thought were good or great, and then towards the end of the video we're gonna try to make a top 5 as a squizad, aka as a squad. So let's see how that turns out. Those are usually interesting. Like our top 5 as a crew is pretty like versatile for the most part, which I like. I think I fuck with it.
This episode is gonna be interesting.
It is.
I was going through those albums from that year. It's gonna be interesting.
Like me and Chris were talking, like, because if you look at it
Behind the scenes.
well, you were too busy muting it yourself.
This is on our Patreon.
Link
You
will be in the
like on paper, it looks like a great year, but for some reason, it just didn't feel like it. Like
It
looking
hit.
back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know if maybe I just didn't listen to a lot of music that year, but there was one album that I did like, but I had to kind of throw it in there to get a fifth. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
same. I feel you.
so yeah, I mean, we're gonna hear everybody out. Let's see if some of us missed, because some of us do miss certain projects. Like I'll be like, fuck, that shit came out. I didn't even know.
That happened with fucking Bruno Mars in the last one we did.
And the Logic
Yes,
mixtape, the
yes.
Bobby Tarantino. All right, so I don't remember the order, but right now we're just giving our individual
Yeah.
top 5. So
Our
Chris,
top five.
if you want to tell us your top 5 of 2017 music.
Got you. So my top 5 is More Life by Drake. This is kind of a curveball. This is on an alternative album. This is called This Old Dog by Mac DeMarco. I got 444, of course. Flower Boy by Tyler the Creator. And I got Damn by Kendrick Lamar.
Hype
Good.
Beast.
Not really.
Nah,
Let me. No, he had an alternative rock album, Jose. We got CX Drive up next. What's up?
Yes. I got also Damn album by Kendrick Lamar. More Life by Drake. Everybody by Logic. At What Cost by Gold Link. And Flower Boy by Tyler the Creator.
Look at that. Hype piece number 2. All right, let's see what you got.
I got 444 by Jay-Z. All American Badass by Joey Badass.
I knew it.
Damn by Kendrick Lamar. Everybody by Logic. And Blue Chip 7000 by Action Bronson.
Ooh.
Oh God.
Feel that.
Well,
It's a good little curve.
our list look very similar.
Go ahead. man.
So I have, of course, 444. Now, as soon as we got this year, I was like, well, I got one automatically.
Boy,
So-
almost jumped out of his chair.
Yeah, boy, that shit. Come on, man. So 444 by Jay-Z for sure. All American Badass by Joey Badass. Damn by Kendrick Lamar. Everybody by Logic. And then my fifth man, I was actually gonna go with Action Bronson, but I didn't really like. I started to fall off Action Bronson around that time. So I Decided by Big Sean, just because that was an album that, like, you know, for a guy who is kind of inconsistent, not kind of, he's pretty inconsistent with his
Right.
albums. Like the fact that I was able to fuck with that one, I was like, let me throw this one in there too.
Yeah, we'll get into album breakdowns if they make it. Big Sean, man. So my top 5 for 2017 is Chris Brown, Heartbreak on a Full Fucking Moon, boy. You better be on that bit.
What was that? The deluxe album?
That's the OG album. You got K. Dot, Damn, of course. Of course, you have Logic. Everybody. I'm kind of disappointed to not hear this one on people's top 5. Sire, Jaden Smith.
Oh shit,
Damn, that was that year.
bro! I went on Wikipedia and I didn't see that.
I'm upset.
I mean, I double check if somebody wants to triple for me.
No, I believe you. That sounds.
Dog,
Carfax.
that's crazy.
And then Sabrina Claudio, Confidently Lost. That's my number 5.
I'm upset. I would have definitely put Sire on there. I'm really.
Dude,
I
when
think
I
so.
saw
I
it, I
think
was
so, too.
like, damn, like I almost missed this one too. Like,
Yeah.
so basically, those are our top 5 individually. But before we get to the top 5 as a squad, I don't want to call these honorable mentions, but let's just talk about some of the albums that people might have overlooked or that just deserve a little bit of spotlight. I don't know if you guys got a list on you. I can name off a couple if you guys don't mind. Man, you're gonna be tight again.
Oh no, bro.
No Dope on Sunday, Sci-Hi the Prince.
Dog,
Oh, that
no
project was fire.
way. Oh my god.
Man.
Damn, dog.
No, you need to go back to rewrite your list.
Can we redo this like next
That
week?
project is fire.
You got
Damn.
Khaled, Grateful came out that year as well. Ty Dolla $ign, Beach House 3, which was a pretty good album. Sid, who's part of the Tyler the Creator crew. She was part of that crew a while ago. She's a great artist. And Romeo Santos with the album Golden.
Hey,
You gotta throw in the Dominican Bachata one
DR
time.
stand up.
Yeah, so those are the ones that I have like on the side that I was like, those are decent albums.
Damn, I went through Wikipedia before this whole thing just to look like if I missed an album or if there's anything I missed. I didn't know that I completely forgot that Big Sean dropped that year. I love that album. I Decide. I completely forgot that Jaden Smith had Sire.
That's the one I'm maddest about.
Which is
dog.
an incredible
I
album.
love
And then-
that album. That album was so good.
Facts. And then the fact that I forgot the Sci-Hi project, that shit was fire.
The Sci-Hi I can't blame too many people on because unfortunately he just kind of flies under the radar for like a lot of people. But low key, Chris, like I don't even depend on the Wikipedia. Like I do YouTube. I even type in the year in Apple Music and kind of see the singles that came out that year. Like you gotta freak it yourself because somebody's gonna forget to put something down, and especially if it's not like what you listen to all the time.
Yeah, facts.
I learned
I'm
that from the first time.
I'm surprised neither Chris or Jose put down Culture. From
No.
Who?
It had a few good songs.
I mean,
Migos?
I don't
Migos
care about
song.
it, but
Nah.
that was a pretty big album for them because that's the first one, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Their first big
Well,
one,
I'm
like
not
but they've had projects.
Yeah,
before that.
I'm not-
It was an okay album. A few good songs, but
I'm not a
definitely wouldn't make
Migos
my top
person.
5.
well, I feel like it fits into your realm, Jose.
And your hype
Jose
beast-
called me a hype
your
beast when he
The
has
same
3 on the
list.
5.
Word.
What the hell does that make you?
It's called a joke, guy.
Not that
Come on, guys. Hype beasts have to stick together, guys. Come on.
All right, so now that we got our top 5 individually, and some not honorable mentions, but just some albums that should have been mentioned. Let's get to the top 5 as a squad. This is going to be interesting, and we'll do this in the same order we did our last segment of a year in. That was with movies. And Asiel, can you remind us who goes first?
So I'll just read them all real quick. John is picking from my list. I'm gonna pick from Jose. Jose is gonna choose from Manny. Manny's gonna choose from Chris, and Chris is gonna choose from John's. So
I
I'll
bet.
read my list.
Yeah, go ahead.
444 by Jay-Z, All American Badass, Joey Badass, Damn by Kendrick, Everybody by Logic, and Blue Chip 7000 by Bronson.
Okay. I mean, we have like 3 of the same. I'm just trying to see which one should be the first one up there.
Nah, come on, John. You really thinking about this? You're seriously thinking about this?
Well, because we know they're gonna make it on the fucking top 5.
Well,
Yes,
I
you
got-
got-
Yeah,
I wanted to
guess.
give that to man.
I guess.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I want to let y'all do y'all thing. You feel me? Like,
Yeah. No, but
but it would be interesting because if I do say it, then it takes it off of your choices,
yeah.
and then
Choose
you
it.
have to, and then you have to pick something else.
Yeah.
within
And
that
Manny
list.
got to pick from Chris too.
That boy is choosing my alternative rock.
Damn, now I'm like, ooh, which one, which one should we choose?
Do it, John.
I want to pick one that I feel like it's probably like our third on all of our lists, but I fuck with it, dog. I'm gonna go Logic. Everybody, dog. I'm gonna choose
Yeah.
that one.
Damn it.
So, like, John, here's the thing, dog. When that album, like, when I saw that came out that year, like, I remember looking at it and being like, "Oh God, Logic," and then but that's like kind of our attitude now because
Right,
he's
right,
so like over, you know what I mean, just putting too much shit out.
Right.
But then I thought back on it and I was like, "Damn!" But now when that shit came out,
Nah,
like that
yeah,
album,
for
yeah, that hit
sure.
hard, dog. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I
When-
think. Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
when I first heard it, I thought it was good. I'm usually not a fan of rap that gets like too political or like is too spreading a message. Not that it's bad. Of course, you have to spread a message. You have to spread the word, but
You gotta balance it.
yeah, exactly. So I thought that project was like that, but the more I go back to it and the more I read the track list, the better it gets. Like I think it gets better over time, to be honest.
I think that's what I was gonna say, Chris. That you and I spoke about it a while ago. Like we went back to the track list and then we read off titles and we were like, "Damn, that song was good. That song was good. That song was good." So
Yeah.
like, it might be like a mixture of what Manny says of just kind of like the stigma that he has like on us now, but like I wrote a couple of things down. Like first of all, the album artwork is one of my
Fire.
favorite artworks in a long time. Like I literally bought the album physically just so I could have that as a poster.
Yeah.
Because it kind of resembles like a Last Supper in like the future. And it has like Easter eggs, like it has J. Cole on the album, it has Khalid on the album. Like if you look around, like there's a lot of artists and rappers. And the skits were one of my favorite things about the album because skits low key haven't been done right in our time in a while to me.
Since Kanye.
Yeah, like every time I hear a skit now or see a skit from an
Not
artist that I know,
to piggyback off of that, because you said since Kanye, but
Nah,
I really like the skits on Incredible True Story too. Like those skits, I fucked it pretty heavy.
No,
Well,
yeah,
Logic does the
right.
skits really well, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh, you're
like,
saying as an artist, yeah, I got you.
like, yeah, I don't want to say since Kanye because then we'd literally have to think about every fucking artist
Yeah,
that did a
that
skit.
does it.
But I haven't enjoyed them like this one. Like this, first of all, I'm Catholic and I'm really religious, and my faith is crazy strong. And these skits were presenting perspectives and like bringing up points that I was like, interesting.
Neil
like-
deGrasse Tyson, bro, that man was
Neil deGrasse Tyson was the playing God in
narrator,
the
yeah.
skits. So that's already crazy within itself. But yeah, like the skits aligned well. I felt like I was watching a short film every time it came. Like it'd ring off, and it just kind of like gives you a perspective of like humanity and how we look at things and how it's okay to look at things differently, but there's still one common goal. Like I really enjoyed that.
yeah.
It was also the album that Logic got a Grammy for the song 1-800-Suicide, and that song opened up his audience fan base to a huge new demographic. Like people were listening to Logic that never even heard him rap before. They thought he was a singer like at that point. So low key, that album did things for him as an artist.
That might be his most important album. You know what I mean? Like maybe not his best, but like important for his
Right. Yeah,
career. 'Cause
definitely.
And I'm not mad. First of all, to me, Incredible True Story is a classic, and I'm not mad at this being the second concept album. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't as good, but it wasn't as bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could have been worse. So I'll take the medium that I got it in. And you know what I'm saying? Like, because it's hard to hit a home run every time you have a concept
to
album.
be honest, like even if it's not as good as Incredible True Story, like it's like you said, like by no means do I think it's a bad album. Like it's a really good album. It's just you just happen to drop something better before. That's literally what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's hard to first of all, a lot of people don't even do concept albums like anymore. So for someone to still pull that off, like at whatever medium that they can, is really impressive. So yeah, I'm doing Logic, everybody, on that one.
Cool.
So who chooses from who now?
Now I got to pick from Jose's list.
You sound stressed.
Drake, here we
That
come.
boy is- That boy is unhappy.
Just pick more life, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I could be remembering wrong, but from what Jose said, I think everybody was the only one that I messed with, but we'll see.
Oh,
Let's
that's
see
why.
if I
You,
can
that's why you didn't want me to pick it.
Dang. So you tell me you don't like Kendrick's Damn?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't remember your list.
Yeah, so I have Kendrick's Damn, Drake, More Life, Drake, More Life, and Drake, More Life. Which you pick?
I think you're missing a fifth song.
Oh yeah, Drake More Life. No, it's Gold Link and Tyler the Creator, Flower Boy.
I'll start off by saying, even though I did not care about this album, I think it deserves at least a mention. What was it, Flower Boy by Tyler? I'm not choosing it. Set that straight right now. I'm not choosing it, but I know a lot of people love that album. I like maybe one song, and I knew it was something like different from him because I just heard like other people playing it in their cars, and it never really hit for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I think just a little credit before that never gets touched again.
Yeah, fuck that.
Respected. I respect.
It's messing up.
To that main, we're going with Damn, Kendrick.
So why
I
are you
don't
choosing
think-
that one?
I love the album. I don't think it's as great as everyone said it was when it first came out, but I do really enjoy it. Everybody was calling this like an instant classic, and I never felt that listening to it. At any point, I never felt that, oh, this is like a classic, but I did really love the album and everything he did with it. Every song is a good song. He doesn't miss with any of them. Just some of them don't like. Some of them probably don't like hit as hard as some of my other favorite Kendrick songs, but they're all, you just listen to them and all right, I'll let it ride. Like you can't skip any song. There's no song on there that you wouldn't want to listen to, and it gives you a good balance of like some hits, but also then a lot of lyrical what we want from Kendrick.
Right.
So for that reason,
I beat your ass, and if I beat your ass, and you still.
I think the thing with Kendrick, dog, is that because he doesn't drop frequent, you kind of like whatever
love
he
it
gives
more.
you, you're like,
you're
oh,
like, oh
classic.
my god, yeah.
You know, so I do understand that sentiment, and I kind of agree with you that it's a really good album. It's a really good third album at that because
Yeah.
again, like it's impossible to do a fucking amazing job every fucking time. But
Isn't
yeah, dog,
that his fourth though?
if we're going
if you count Section 80.
Section 80,
technicalities, yeah.
Section 80,
Yeah.
Good Kid, Mad City, to Pimp.
But yeah, I mean, it does have classic tendencies. For example, Kid Capri, the legend, the DJ, he's like basically like the transitioner throughout the whole.
That no shit.
Right,
No Cafoke.
like he's known for doing that shit. So the fact that K-Dot got him into that to do it for his album is already like a legendary move. There is a theory that people say that the album is actually supposed to be heard
In
backwards,
Combination. Yeah.
which is kind of. I don't think I've done it myself, but it's interesting, and I could definitely see Kendrick do it.
after like hearing that, I tried it and I don't know. I didn't see like maybe I missed the message, but I didn't
think
get
people
the.
were reaching. with
Yeah,
that one.
that sounds like stretch before you reach.
I think
please.
maybe because of the last song and how it ends, and then the whole thing just rewinds at the very
Yeah.
beginning. People were like, "Oh,
Right,
maybe
right.
it's deeper than it actually is." I don't think it was.
Well, he actually released a version that it was backwards.
Oh yeah, and the dam was like in green, right? The cover.
I don't know about that, but I did hear this, but I
He
don't
did.
know. I never
It wasn't
went and,
a
like,
CD
looked at it,
version,
yeah.
but it was like on like
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
stream sites and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But
It was like a package deal or some shit. Like he was selling like a couple things, not merch, but like he was selling like a package or some shit like that.
I don't know if it was bought, but I know like as soon as that came out, like it was like on iTunes and Spotify that you could listen to it like that way. But for
Yeah,
me, that album, as soon as it dropped, I thought it was a classic. Like I love Kendrick. I remember that time I was living in Atlanta, and that's all I was listening to when that shit came out. Like every time, I think I still play hella songs from that album. It's like it's easy to listen to. Like, and also all the music videos he did for that album was crazy. The first one he did was actually Humble. That shit was crazy with all the special effects that he did.
And that
the
was new,
camera
right?
work.
That was like a new technology.
Yeah, he had like the robotic camera that moves and then
Mhm.
tracks the face or body.
If
movements.
anybody here
Oh,
plays
shit, I remember
NBA 2K, you know Humble very well because that song, yo,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Well,
played
it's-
1,000 times.
No, yeah, it does kind of get annoying because they overplayed
It's a good
it.
song. That video game just kind of
But
ruined it.
they
for
did
the people that
overplay it
played
a lot. Like that
Yeah.
shit was
No, yeah.
going.
Well, that's one of the great things about Kendrick, right? That like that record is like a turn up record, but he's spitting shit on it.
No, yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's the medium of like perfect balance of like shit that you don't mind vibing to, like trap wise, but still some type of substance or
Yeah.
flow or cadence to it that is still enjoyable.
Yeah,
So
I
Humble
feel
was a
you.
big record.
I think that album had a perfect balance. Where I love To Pimp a Butterfly, but it had like a bunch of like To Pimp a Butterfly had like a bunch of like jazz beats and different type of sounds. This
Right.
one had like had a couple of more mainstream sounds, but then it also had like a really relaxed Kendrick where he was just like spitting bars, and you could see that he wasn't like energetic. It was just like he was just trying to say what he had to say, and like it just flowed really like perfectly on the beat. And I could listen to that album if I started. I could listen to it through perfectly. So I agree with Jose. I love that album.
Yeah, it is a pretty easy listen. You have records like Humble, you have records like Loyalty with Rihanna, which was pretty huge.
Element
And-
was my personal favorite.
Element, yes, I fuck with
Yeah.
Element heavy. And let's not forget, DNA was a crazy record, and the video was crazy.
Yeah.
Remember, it had Don Cheeto in it.
That's right.
That he was like interrogating K Dot, and he was like spitting this,
Mhm.
like they were going back and forth. And then at the end, when him and fucking Schoolboy Q and them are like rushing up to the camera, like that was a great video and song.
Also, the lead up to this album, I don't know if you guys remember the song, the Heart Part 4. He dropped a song. You guys don't remember that song? He dropped a
I
song
do.
like I think in August. Yeah, that song
Like
is
Roman
so fire. I think it was like a diss to Big Sean also because I think they were beefing at that time. And he was like, "Y'all got to August the 7th to get y'all shit together." Like at the end of the song, and
Damn,
I
I,
thought that
remember that bar though. For whatever
Nah, he-
reason,
he
I don't
spit-
remember
he's
the
like,
song, but I remember that bar.
Ho Jay-Z Hall of Fame, sit your punk ass down, and then he just goes in and shit.
Yeah.
But that was
That
a
song went
single
into
he
the
released.
album.
Oh, sorry, Jay-Z said that shit, and like
No,
way
no, no,
before he.
It,
Like he
no,
said
it was
that-
Kendrick. It
No,
was
no,
Kendrick.
no. Years
Oh,
ago,
yeah.
Jay-Z
Yeah,
said
yeah.
that shit. That's what I'm saying. So that's probably what I'm remembering. Yeah.
But yeah, that song leading to the album was like perfect.
There was also like another rumor too that it was supposed to be a double disc, because I remember seeing the red dam and then like a blue something. I forgot the other title of that other disc, but like, I mean, this is
It
the thing.
must be
That,
like Damnation or something.
Yeah,
like that.
that's that was the rumor.
it's like every time K Dot's about to drop, everybody got like
It's a
all the
conspiracy.
conspiracies.
Yeah.
Because you never know what he's gonna fucking do. I mean, till this day, right now, we're actually waiting on the Kendrick album.
'Cause
And-
Kendrick is too conscious to do something extra simple.
right.
But people are like, oh no, it can't just be that simple. It has to be more.
And then he's gonna be like, nah, but I'm gonna make it that simple so it leaves room for interpretation. And
There
then-
you go. Plot twist. It was simple.
that'll be
The
funny.
most-
as shit. All right,
who's
so
next?
what else we got?
Next, we got Jose picking from Manny's list.
Okie dokie. So let me get my list up again. Hold on. I have 444 by Jay-Z, All American Badass by Joy
Wow.
Badass, Damn by Kendrick, Everybody by Logic, and I Decided by Big Sean.
Yeah, but then
Hmm.
I decided.
This guy has
444.
to let him rock.
Well, I mean, the two of them are already there. I mean, Manny repeated them.
Sorry, Winslow, no Drake for you.
Well, that's fine. You know, I wasn't gonna. This was gonna be on my list because it was an early listen for me. But I didn't put it, and it's Joey Badass album. I see. Was the one that put me on that one like a couple months ago.
Interesting.
Damn.
Yeah, like I didn't listen to it in that time. Like a few Joey Badass records over the years, but never like that. But this year, I was really more into him, and I'm happy like you put him on your list. That way I get to pick him. But I enjoyed that album. It's very political, and it's serving to the
Very.
times now, and it's very current.
And it's very lyrical.
Yeah.
That dude, if you like boom bap rap, like
Definitely.
He definitely fucking kills it. There's a song on there too that is one probably. I don't know if it's my favorite song on the album, but it's up there. That song with J. Cole, Legendary. Whew, this shit is legendary.
Yeah.
Yo, oh my lord, too good.
What's funny with Jose is with not like caring about it at first is I feel like most people didn't care about this album at first because it was such a political album and people were like, I don't know, I guess the times when it came out weren't as crazy as they are now or relevant, but they really were just on the underlying layer. So people were like, no, we don't want to listen to like political stuff. And it was the year after Trump got elected, so a lot of people were already like really turned off by anything politics.
Right.
But yeah, he came out and he said some stuff on here that it's kind of scary if you were to go back and listen to the album to date to see how relevant everything is. There's like the last song, I don't remember what it's called, but like the last like 4 minutes of the last song are probably the most relevant lyrics you could ever. It feels like he was in a time machine, came to 2020, went back, and then wrote that song. It's scary. If you guys want to go back
American
and
Idol?
listen to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the last 4 or 5 minutes, he talks about how they're gonna come out with a disease just to get rid of people, and it's crazy.
Yeah, it
If
is.
you go back and listen, it's scary.
He talks about the whole police shit, everything.
Yeah,
So much.
very underrated.
This
album.
was Joey's third album, right?
Yeah, he had.
I think it is his third.
Because he had one before
he had
1999. No,
Well,
but
I
there
don't
was
know
one
if
before that. I think that like I don't think he blew up with that one, but I think he did have one. It was like a K dot Section 80 type of shit. Like technically, like there was one before.
Because I don't know if 1999 was. I think it was a mixtape. I don't know if that counted as
Yeah.
an album. I know his.
Oh, 1999 itself.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
badass album. What is it? I think it's.
No, that was after.
It's
Before the money.
Before the money. No, that was after 1999.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1999 before the money, All American.
And
And
he has one coming out.
it said he had. What is it?
Well, by the time people see this,
I don't know if this is him,
new
but
Joey album.
it's like a collab album that he did in 2019.
Oh, was
yeah,
it with Pro
with
Era?
the Pro Era. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
He's dropping an album this week or something?
Yeah, Friday it's
17th.
supposed to come out the 17th.
But it said new music though, so is it an album or is it just like a song
I
drop?
personally think it's an album,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure because he's been working on one for a while.
It's gonna
now.
be this album with a new cover.
Yeah, I mean, maybe people appreciate it now because the
Yeah.
times are right.
I haven't heard the album. Like I think I heard like 1 or 2 songs. Joy is somebody who I'm on the fence on like when to get into him or not when to get into him. I do respect his lyrical ability. That's definitely there. I do respect the fact that he's worked with Preem and like boom bap legends. But I think I'm just waiting for him to find that balance that we all need from like our lyrical miracle dudes to like our more not dumbed down, but like it's
Easier to relate to.
right. It's
Easier to
something to
listen to, yeah.
rap, and then there's another thing to make records. And
Yeah.
once you find that balance on like how to like feed your message in a different way,
Yeah.
it'll
Honestly, though,
game.
John, I really don't think Joey gives a shit about that dog. Like just from hearing his music, like the
But I
music
don't
comes out
mean
with,
that I don't want to fucking can't get enough from Joey. I just
Yeah.
want like I said, like we always go back to Drake, Cole, and Kendrick. They know how to do it to where like we can fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
also it could just be me not really hearing everything either, because like I said, I haven't really heard
Yeah.
all his whole catalog. But I do root for him though, and I'll definitely give him a chance.
Yeah.
I feel the same way as John. Every song that I do hear and every song that ICL shows me, Joey is always killing it. I've never personally got to the album. I've always wanted to, but I just never found myself going to it. Not because it's bad or anything. I just haven't listened to it.
Because you're too
But-
hype beast. That's what it is.
But I want to give a shout out to my dog being in Mr. Robot though. That
Oh
my
yes.
dog Joey, he kills it in that, and musically he kills it. So I
He's a good rapper.
I have the utmost respect for Joey Badass.
Word. All right, what we got next?
Next, we got Manny picking from Chris's list. But I
Hype
don't
beast.
think you got it. I think you should say everything else, and then
Annie, do I gotta repeat this list?
Do it for the fans, dog. Just do it for the fans, dog.
I got More Life, This Old Dog, you know what? Hold on. Flower Boy, Damn, and 444.
All right. Well,
Mr.
This old
Krabs.
dog. Okay, let's talk about it.
allow me to reintroduce himself. His name is Hove, and I am definitely picking 444. I've said this many times. I'm a huge Jay-Z fan. Jay-Z is my favorite rapper. And 444, like, it's crazy, man, because like when I heard that was coming out, like it wasn't even like I feel like the rollout wasn't even that crazy. Like, well, I mean, unless you count Formation.
No.
The rollout. Okay.
No, yeah. The
Yeah,
cheating
so-
scandal
yeah.
was a rollout.
Let me see.
That was a huge
aside,
rollout.
aside from the cheating scandal,
Aside
like,
from
it
the
wasn't
biggest
really,
thing
like,
that
spoken about
Beyonce and Jay-Z
anyone.
have ever gone through.
Like it was literally like posters popping up in the subway that just said 444 Jay-Z, and like everybody was just kind of like, what the fuck, like what is
Right,
this,
right.
you know what I mean? And then like when I did start to hear the rumors that it was an album, like I remember telling myself like, damn, Hove, like what are you gonna give us? Like, you know what I mean? You've been in the game so long,
Mhm.
has the record for like single artists, like with #1 albums. Like at this point in your career, like what are you gonna do? And he gave us the most personal album that we ever got from this guy.
Mhm.
Lyrics in that album, like it just, I'm in awe that it. I sound like such a fanboy. I'm sorry, but I'm
Yeah.
just surprised that like,
Fanboy,
at
bro.
this state of
Fanboy.
his
It's your
career,
time.
at this state of his career, that this guy is still hitting like hard ass lyrics. He has this one bar that like I had to go back to the album like 2 or 3 times to appreciate it, where he goes, "This was meant to be a haiku, but my story's too wide to fit inside a line or two." I'm like, bro, what? You're still doing this? Like, this is crazy. And then again, like I said before, like it's the most personal album we ever got from Jay. Like he talks about shit he went through with his mom, how his mom struggled with her identity, like of being like gay or whatever. And of course, the stuff with Beyonce, like, and the cherry on top, co-executive produced by No ID. Who,
Sure.
if you don't know, was Kanye's like producer mentor. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know, man. Like, there ain't enough good I could give this album, bro. Like, this album is easily one of my favorite Jay-Z albums for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You have it in your top 3, top 5?
It might be top 3, but it's top 5 for sure.
Wow.
It's top 5 for sure. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yes.
the songs on this album are too good. The first, I remember hearing the story of OJ for the first time. It was just like damn. And then when he put the visuals to it with like that music video,
Yeah.
it
With
was
the
like,
cartoons.
wow,
It's one of
And
my
then-
favorite music videos of all time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not black, I'm OJ.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And then Marcy Me, Moonlight, he had a lot like. Dog,
Bro,
this
Bam-
project-
Bam
this
with
pro-
Damian
Bam-
Marley?
Bam with
I think that's my
Damian
favorite
Marley.
song on here too.
Dog.
Smile.
woof.
Smile.
Yeah.
This is not meant to be a high.
Yes.
Dog, that project is too good.
Yeah,
It's too
so 444, like I forgot, Benny, like you said, like it was like popping out like randomly, like in throughout New York and like billboards and shit. Like nobody had like any idea what the hell it was. I think I respect the album more on the execution than the actual songs. Like because of what you said, that what else can you do at this age of your career? And that was like the biggest thing around the album. Like, well, besides the scandal,
Yeah.
people were like, "Yo, like he's too old. Like, what else could he possibly
Yes,
write
bro.
about?"
And again, like Jay's my favorite rapper, and even I was having those thoughts. I was like, damn,
Right,
Jay,
right.
like this deep, like what are you gonna give us? Like this is crazy.
Right. So, I didn't connect to this as much as other albums, but I think he executed it perfectly with having a concise 10. There's only 10 records, right? It's a 10
It's not that
songs.
much. It still sound like that. Yeah.
All produced by No ID. Like keep it in house. Good messaging. Like it was really well done at a timely manner, and I really appreciate that, especially from an older Jay-Z. But yeah, man, that's a crazy album. Like hold on, are Beyonce and Jay-Z the original Jada and Will Smith?
It depends.
We had
No. If Will,
entanglement.
yeah, if Will is about to drop like some hot ass movie, and so is Jada, then yeah, for sure, for sure.
Well, the 444 Lemonade was their red table talk.
Yeah,
It's just early on. But yeah, that's another thing with the album. Like, great way to capitalize on like such a big thing around like their marriage. You know, something the people were like looking at their marriage like perfect couple, nothing wrong, and it just proves that
Ain't no
anything
such
can
thing,
happen.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anything can happen to anybody. But because they're the Carters, they learn how to monetize that shit real quick. And a lot of people say, like you said, Manny, that they don't even call this a Jay-Z album. They call it a Sean Carter album because of how personal like he got
Yeah, dog.
on it. So, yeah, shout out to Jay for that, man.
Facts.
Yeah, for me, I listen to the album. My two favorite songs on there are Moonlight and the OJ. That Moonlight video is crazy. The Black Friends, he did
Oh yeah, yeah.
that whole production with all the top comedians, like not top comedians, but like
Yeah.
relevant comedians now and actors, and he did such a great job in that music video. With the OJ a music video, I think it was like a black and white cartoon
Yeah.
type, like
Yeah.
like it was like how they used to portray
Draw African
American cartoons back in the day and showing
Like
that
Jim
now.
Crow. And all
There's
that.
a word for it. I just can't think of it now, but there's a word for it.
Yeah, like he really was creative on that too. Like that is, like you said, it is his most personal album. I give it to that. Like he did a really good job on that. Like it was, it definitely showed that he still like got it, and like nobody could take that away from him. Like, do you think he'll actually have like a final album?
I mean, eventually. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it'll be something that he markets as his last album, but
Okay.
he's gonna
Right.
hang it up. He's gonna hang it up at some point. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely think he has another collab album. We're not gonna talk about the Jay Electronica one. But another collab album in the tuck, whether that be Watch the Throne 2 or not.
Or Watch the Throne too.
And I'm not mad if Jay. I don't think he'll do it, but if he drops like an EP here, like 3 solid records here and there, like I'll take it, dog. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
There's nothing really left for me to say about the album because you guys pretty much said it all. Love the album. One big negative. Title. That's how it came out, right? Nobody
It's
cared
his
about
platform. What do you
title.
mean?
It doesn't matter.
No,
That's
no.
the
Did I
one
get the
negative
free?
about it.
Did I get the
Fam.
free account? Hell
Everyone
yes,
has
I
a
did.
The biggest Jay-Z fan on the planet does not have title. So I don't need anybody with the excuses of why they have title.
That's the only negative.
Like, yo,
Other than that,
yeah,
love it.
I'll give you that.
I think he learned from that. I don't
Yeah,
think
he
they
sold
released
that
a
shit.
title exclusive.
Wait, he doesn't own it anymore?
I think he sold it. I
Alright.
believe he sold it.
I never heard him solo.
Which I wonder how they did it because that was, how many artists had equity and investment in that fucking streaming platform.
They probably kept calling him Sell.
we can't take it anymore.
That has one of the most controversial music platforms.
It
to
must
do.
have hurt the artist so bad, dude. Because like, just releasing your thing on Tidal and then like maybe like a few weeks later, then you put it on Spotify. Like
Right.
those streaming numbers must have hurt.
Like,
I mean, I'm not mad at the approach. I mean, like it sounded
makes
good.
sense.
you
like
know what
in
I'm saying?
theory,
Like,
it sounds good because it's a way to. It's an exclusive thing. People get it first there, but then you got other people like, yo, we're not up to this. You got other shits that
Right.
do it for free and stuff. So I don't know.
and it's just. I mean, we're not gonna get it. Oh, fuck it. I'm not even gonna touch it. This is not a title podcast. So, all right. So now I'm about to read off my top 5 to Chris, and this will be the final record, the album that actually makes the list. So Chris, you got Chris Brown, Heartbreak on a Full Moon, Damn, K. Dot, Logic, Everybody, Sire, Jaden Smith, and Sabrina Claudio, Confidently Lost.
Do it for Will and Jada. Do it for Will and Jada.
I'm gonna have to do it for
Is the
my
August
boy.
Alsina album on there?
I'm gonna have to do it for my boy John Lewis and choose Heartbreak on a Full Moon
Damn, I'm surprised.
for 2 reasons. Out of respect, this man
I'm
dropped
fucking lit.
40 plus bangers,
45 records.
45 bangers.
Jesus
I don't
Christ.
listen to all of them because I'm a normal person. But he has a bunch of singles on there, like Privacy, Pills and Automobiles, and a bunch of other tracks. But just like out of sheer respect of an artist that has been in this game for such a long time and consistently dropping fire and still to drop that much fire and have that much music. And then how many songs did he have in his next album?
30 something
That's
on
Absurd.
Indigo.
Yeah,
that is preposterous.
Guess how much the mixtape before Heartbreak on the Full Moon?
I don't want to hear it.
605
I
songs.
can't even process how many
And that's
songs.
just the first disc.
No, but 2, I would love to hear my dog, my cousin John, talk about this album because he's a huge Breezy fan. So I'm gonna give him the platform.
Hey, nah, I
Damn,
appreciate you, dog. I
God,
appreciate it.
I think this is the first time you and me got both of our goats on on the list.
I'm thankful, dog. I get to get my breezy shit off. Like
Get your shit off, bro.
Like my dog Chris said, 45 records. If you know something about the industry, the record label only pays for 10 songs on your album. So this man had to spot 35 other records out of pocket for him to even drop all this shit. First time this has ever been done, 45 records, that's unheard of. Like Chris said, single-wise, there was 9 hit singles that came out. Like you said, Privacy, which was written in New Year's Eve, and it was one of the records that he was like, yo, like, I have a lot of writers write for me. I want to feel like I don't have to depend on writers so much. Let me try to write this on his own. And Privacy came out, and then it ended up actually being the single of that he wrote himself. You got Pills and Automobiles, Party with Usher and Gucci Mane, High End with Future, and that was a crazy song. Tempo, and he had that movie. He had one called "Walk to My Bed" that the video treatment was Blade Runner. Like the Jared Leto, like Ryan Gosling theme, like that whole shit was crazy. Dog, so he had 9 singles. If he would have dropped a 13-song album, this album would have been a classic. Like, if 9 songs were hits, that's fucking nuts. I want to shout out over here, like I want to shout out.
This man got a whole list on his phone. Hold on. I want to change my answer.
Shout out to Hitmaker, A1, One in the Forest, Goldie, Verse Simmons, Emac, Amnesia. These are all songwriters on the album. Fucking great songwriters that it's, first of all, it's really hard to become a Chris Brown writer because I've tried, trust me. I'm still going to get in there some fucking day. But it's hard to get into that team, and Hitmaker was actually kind of owning this era of like music. If you want to hit, you go to Hitmaker, and he actually gave Breezy like 19 records out of the fucking 45 that he had on this shit. If you listen to the album, I know it's hard for a lot of people to sit down through this shit. Trust me, I understand. It wasn't easy for me either, but I got there eventually. The album consists of trap, conscious, love, dance, pop, and house, R&B. Like all of those type of like subgenres still done in like an R&B-ish way. So there is something for everybody if you decide to like actually sit there and go through this shit. But yeah, dog, I feel like those 9 singles that dropped, every video was pretty, I don't want to say iconic, but it was modeled after like something cool. Like you said, like we said, like the Blade Runner. Tempo was done in the what's the place in Cali that they shoot movies at again? In the lot, the
Warner Bros.
The Warner Bros. Lot. Yeah, all that was happening there. But yeah, dog, Chris Brown, one of my favorite artists of all time. Hasn't been a Chris Brown since. Nobody could fucking do it.
But can he beat Usher 20 versus 20?
This guy.
I mean, we'll just play 45 songs off of this album. No, it's disgusting how he can get away with this. The mixtape had 38 songs. Heartbreak on the Football has 45, and Indigo had 30-something songs.
Oh, that's insane.
The fact that he gets away with that, dog. And I hate long albums now. Like if one of my favorite artists drops like a 20 album record, I'm like, oh my god, I gotta sit through this shit. But with Chris Brown, I'm like, oh, I'm listening to every fucking second of this shit, dog.
It's weird because it's funny because you say like the people who do release those 20-song albums, I feel it too. Like I feel like that going that route is a long way to go. But seeing this 45 songs, it seems like a mile long, but I'll tell you, the first time I listened to that, it did not feel any type of way. Like I felt like I was listening to a hit after hit after hit after hit. I remember this so good. I want to talk to you about John because you had your album coming out the next year, and what'd you think about like that album art cover? Because you had like the same themes. I remember.
So I have this thing, dog, that like, right. I have this thing that like. I don't know what's going on. Somebody got my phone tapped, dog. I don't give a fuck, dog. There's so many things that I think about and say that because I'm not famous yet or do it right away, one of my favorite artists does it before me. I don't know if that means that we're tapped into like the same frequency or whatever the fuck. But yeah, like me and Jose, if everybody doesn't know, Jose and I work, well, everybody here for the most part helps out every time I do a music video. But he hears all my ideas out like all the time. And I had a EP called Life After Love that it came out 2018, but we really like had the idea in 2016, 2015, and it has like the same like vibe. The titles were pretty similar. So yeah, it is interesting how like we talk and then it comes out by somebody else. It's fucking annoying, but whatever. It is what it is. So now let's review our top 5 as a squad. We have Logic, everybody. We have 444 Jay-Z. We have Joey Badass, American Badass. That's what, right?
All American Badass.
All American Badass.
By Kendrick.
Damn, K-Dot.
No, didn't we say that?
I haven't said that.
Oh, my fault.
Damn, K-Dot. And we have Chris Brown, Heartbreak on the Full Moon. Once again, a versatile top 5. I
love the fact that 4 of my 5 made it out here. I love that. Yo, all day. Yeah.
That's the thing that we were saying, dog. Like, those were pretty much the highlights
of the
year. And then like More Life had Ty Dolla $ign, like those good albums as well. But these were like the 4 that like, or the 5 that were hitting. So in the comments, tell us what you guys think about our top 5. What was your top 5 individually? Do you agree with our list? Would you have interchanged something else for something else? Have you listened to all the albums that were mentioned in this segment? And yeah, let us know if you like the segment. Once again, it's called A Year In. We alternate between film and music. So don't forget, guys, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Keep watching. Keep giving us feedback. Keep commenting. Like the video. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Peace.